All right, welcome out to another episode of the Pirates Code podcast. This is episode number 9. I got my sidekick Johnny Zavala. Johnny, how you doing, Z-Man?
Doing good, doing good, doing good.
All right. We're going to have a lot going on our podcast today. We have two more guests from our Rockport-Fulton Lady Pirates softball team. We've got number 88. She plays first base and pitcher Kymberlyn Gerloff. Kimberlyn, how you doing?
Okay.
All right. And then we have number 3. She plays outfield. She's our speedster, Alana Garcia. How you doing, Lena?
I'm good.
All right. So we're kind of excited. Every week we've had two members from our RF80 Pirates softball team join us on our Wednesdays podcast. And later on, we're going to have two guys from our Rockport-Fulton Pirates baseball team join us around 7:30 or so. It'll be Ian McPherson and John Chupi. But right now, we want to talk to the girls. Before we get started, congratulations, girls, on your district championship last night. I was at the game. It was an awesome game. The first time we played Ingleside, boy, it was a nail biter. It was kind of scary. Didn't know what to expect in this game, but the bats were on. Sierra was on. Rockport takes the win 10-0. You girls played a big part in that game last night. So congratulations on being district champs. You got one more game facing a tough sitting team that'll be coming into your house on Monday, and then the playoffs start. And the goal for Rockport has always been to be the last team standing and bring that title back to Rockport. So right now, girls, I'm going to pass it over to Johnny Zavala. He's going to have a couple of questions, and then I will follow. Go ahead, Johnny.
All right. This is the same question I keep asking all the girls. Uh, it's become a little fun, but there is a little same thing that everybody's saying, and I kind of liking it actually. Uh, so I'm gonna start off with you, Elena. What things do you like to do before a game?
Um, I like to go to Subway before every home game, and I listen to the same two songs right before we go warm up, and that kind of gets me in the mindset of playing so that whenever we go warm up, that I'm focused on the game that's at ahead of us.
So what is your two songs?
Um, my walk up song, which is Some to Prove, and then the other one is just like any song that kind of pops up that is just in my head at that moment.
Ah, Kimbo, what do you do before a game?
Me and Jordan go to Subway and go back to the locker room. We hang out with the rest of the girls, and that's really it.
Good, 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 good. Elena, you play the outfield and you play pretty often and pretty good. What do you like about playing the outfield?
I like that I'm able to see all the players in front of me and that I kind of have time to think about where I'm going to go if I get the ball hit to me. And I'm just able to trust my center fielder, which is right next to me, Peyton. And we just have that chemistry that I know if I get hit a ball, I'm just confident whenever I catch them or have a grounder.
Ah, ah. Kimbo, um, you play a lot of pitcher, a lot of first base, but I'm going to focus on the first base for on this question. What do you like about playing first base?
I like that, sometimes our infielders have bad throws, and I'll get to save them. So it makes me look good, and it also helps them look good. I'm also right there next to Sierra or Jordan in the circle that night, so I get to be right there with.
How does it feel catching the ball from Maddie?
I love Maddie's throws.
It's pretty. That's home in there. uh, Elena, is there a pitcher that you ever loved facing?
I think it would have to be Hannah from Ingleside, just because every time she is in the circle, I'm able to get either base hits, bunts off of her, and it just kind of boosts my confidence because I've known her since I was little. I played against her in Little League, and it's just a fun competition.
That's yeah. There's always one out there. Um, you remember what you did on the first game against her, or no? Too far
Um,
back.
The first game when we played Ingleside, I struggled a little bit, but when she came into pitch, I got a bunt off of her, which rallied the team. And for the second game, I just went in with the same mindset of trying to rally the team and help us have our energy to be able to win the game we were playing.
Yeah, that was an intense first game though. Kimbo, is there a picture that you hated to face and why?
Um, it's another girl side pitcher. It's not Hannah. It's their second string, and she's got this nasty drop ball, and she always throws it inside on me, and it gets me every time.
I don't know much about those drops and risers. I know in baseball it's all curveballs. Like I don't know about the drops and risers. I don't know if I can hit them myself. I'm gonna turn it over to you, Gabriel.
All right, ladies. So I've got a few questions here to ask. So the first one will be to the both of you. Um, what's been your experience playing here at Rockport-Fulton, and what's it been like to play for Coach Reyes? Kimberlyn, you can go first.
Well, me, I came from Central Texas, and just coming down to a team that welcomed me with open arms. Rhea being a loving person and taking me in. It's been a really good experience, and she's really focused in on my goals and what I want to happen for myself in the future, and has helped this team become what it is.
Elena?
Um, so I played for Rockport all of my life, but I feel like this high school team and playing under Coach Reyes, it's just a good environment and we're able to all connect. We all have that same mindset, even the coaching staff, that we want to continue to play until June. So I think it's just the vibes that really keep me uplifted and that I know that I have my team as my best friends and family.
Absolutely. That chemistry looks strong when I'm watching you guys play on the field. So what we did, ladies, I turned it over to the community to be able to ask questions so that they just wouldn't come from me and Johnny. And we've got 3 questions from the community. So they're for the both of you. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask the first one. Who was your biggest influence growing up, Elena?
Um, Mine would have to be, I'd have two. My grandma, because she's been there throughout all of my sports, volleyball included, but she's been there for me since I was little. And then my dad and grandpa really helped me come into the sport because I was 7 when I started, but I really had the background of like family that helped me connect with the sport, and that's why I've done it for as long as I have.
Well, if I may say, they've done a great job, and they're doing a great job. Kimberly, they told me I could call you. You'd have to go by Kimbo. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay if I call you Kimbo? So Kimbo?
Um, when I was about 7, one of my little league coaches, John, was a really big influence on me. Um, she was our high school starter, and she was the one that got me into pitching and really had started me with loving the game. So she was my biggest influence.
Okay, that's awesome. The second question from the community: when did you find the love of the game, Kimbo?
Um, Probably when I was starting with Stacy, she really made it seem like it was this amazing sport that she had loved, dedicated her whole time to, and she really showed me that it shows you more just than about the game. It teaches you life experiences, and it really does.
Yes, it does. Elena?
I think I found it when I was 7 because instantly I connected with the sport. Both of my parents played softball and baseball. So I just really felt connected with it whenever I started, and just having the help of the coaching staffs that I had in Little League really made me fall in love with the game.
Okay, and the last question from the community: who would you say you modeled the game after? This can be a professional player or a teammate. Elena?
So I model the game from Lauren Kelly. She is my hitting coach, and I also work outfield with her. Over Christmas break, I was able to rethink like my mental thought of the game and physical aspects, and she changed me into a better outfielder and a better slapper that I am today.
That's awesome. Kimbo?
Um, I would probably have to say Stacy again because she was there from the very beginning until I started select, and then she had went off to college for a little bit, and she graduated from Reyes, and she came back, and even then we still had this bond and this connection, and she helped me through a really big mental game.
And that's awesome, ladies. Johnny, I'll throw it back to you.
Okay. Kimbo, what's your most memorable hit? It could be current this year or years past, anytime.
I'd probably say when we were in a tournament earlier in the season in West Oso, and I was the ninth batter. There were 2 outs. I had 2 strikes on me, and I drove it right over the first baseman's head, pulled Alyssa, and Mikey's reaction was the best thing I had ever seen.
Yeah, she loves to get into that game, man. She has
Yeah.
love for it. Elena, how did you get into slap hitting? Tell us about that. Gabriel don't know anything about slap hitting. He thinks that's just bunting.
So I got into slapping with my grandpa's team. I was a switch hitter. I would bat left and right, but then I turned my focus only to left-handed. And every time I went up to bat, I would try to either slap or stand still and hit. But with slapping, it's just kind of knowing timing, when to move your foot, whenever to swing the bat, and then you also have to be able to read the field. So if someone's playing back, you want a soft slap, or depending on the situation, you want a hard slap. But it really just depends on where you are mentally in the game, so that you can have all three aspects of slapping to be able to basically just reunite the team so that we can have a rally during an inning.
And that's one thing you have is you're pretty much of a triple threat at the bat. I mean, you could like not just bunting down that first baseline, you're on. That third baseman's playing far back, bunting that way, slow slap as you called it also. And if they're playing up, exactly what you did just last night, just down that left field line, man. That was a great hit right there. I mean,
Thank you.
that was awesome. Uh, Kimbo, you're also a pitcher. So when you're out in the circle, what goes through your mind?
Um, just really hit my spots, and even if I don't, I know that I have an amazing infield and outfield to back me up, and they have my back no matter what. And I'm just there focusing on the batter in the very moment where they're standing in the box, the pitch that Reyes is called, things like that.
So I'm gonna throw this in here. There's been many games to where like the era starts, you or Jordan goes in second, and the other goes in third.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever worry about anything going wrong, or you feel confident up there? Pretty much confident.
No, I'm very confident. I'm confident in our pitching staff, and Reyes knows what to do and when to do it.
So, what is your favorite pitch to throw?
My knuckleball.
I never noticed that to any games, and I never knew you had that during this alumni game. I was standing right there on the field, and you could see it coming out of your hand. And I'm like, "Whoa, that's wicked!" And that is a great pitch, and I just hope it really gets you going throughout the season and through the rest of your career. Um, That's all I have, Gabriel.
All right, ladies, I got a couple of more here for you girls. So I'll talk to Kimbo first. So Kimbo, let's talk about one of the games. Um, Back about a week ago, you guys were facing Beeville. You win the game 14-0. You had a big game that night. You went 2 for 2. You scored 2 runs. You remember that game?
Yes, sir.
Talk to us a little bit about that game.
Um, well, before the game, when Reyes told me that I was going into hit, I had got really excited and I was really feeling myself because I was like, this is my chance to prove myself and to have fun with my girls and help my team. And getting those 2 hits when I was in the box, I was just felt really calm and confident. And Reyes' face when I hit those hits, it was amazing. And the rally the girls had was great.
It was, not to mention that we won 14-0. That was great too, right? You girls were on. It seems like when one's on, you guys are all on. I mean, it seems like it seems here like lately, like Maddie bats, I think third, and it seems like she gets it going these last couple of games. I mean, it seems like she gets up there because Maddie's playing at another level. I mean, these last 3 or 4 games that I've seen and stayed up with, she's in another level. I mean, she's just hitting grand slams, home runs. She's just hitting the ball well, and it seems like she gets up there, Mike gets up there, and then everybody just follows. It's just been really great. And right now our bats are going, man. That is awesome. Um, Elena, last night's game. We'll talk about that. You guys are district champs. We go to Ingleside. We win 10-0. You go 3 for 3, 2 scored run. You score 2 runs, excuse me, and you have 1 RBI. Can you talk about that game? You were feeling it last night for sure.
Um, Last night's game, I went in to the game just knowing that I had a job to do whenever I went up to bat and in the field, and that either way I had my team with me, like having my back. So if I wasn't able to produce at the plate, I knew that my teammates were there for me to encourage me, to remind me that it's okay, I have another at bat. So I think that my mind was just focused on making sure that I made good reads whenever I was up to bat so that we can score multiple runs. And I honestly just in the mindset of we were going to win and we were going to be district champs by the end of this.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Johnny talked about your bunt, but was very interesting. I heard you had some speed, and we'll have on our podcast later on. Johnny breaks down the RBIs for the team. He breaks down stolen bases, hits, and so forth. If you guys have watched it, then you know what I'm talking about. If you watched the podcast, I don't know exactly who's leading, but yesterday I saw you hit the ball to second. It was kind of a hard hit, right? And I've heard that you have speed. So I wasn't really looking at you running. I was looking at the second baseman. She kind of, I think, bobbled the ball. But by the time she looked up to pick up her hands to throw to first, you already passed the bag. And I was thinking to myself, wow, that's some speed. I mean, that's fast. Um, which is going to really work out for the team. You will need those aggressive base running. Once we get into the playoffs and we start playing some of these tougher teams. But you both have done a great job this year. You both have had big games. You both have struggled as well. But as a team, you guys are doing awesome. And I just hope, ladies, that when it's all said and done, we will be the last team standing and bringing that title back to Rockport. The next question I have is for the both of you. What have you learned from the seniors this year? Kimbo, I'll go to you first.
The seniors have showed me a lot. Like communication is always key, and they announce that all the time, and they really push that because it really is. And just the vibe that they give off to everybody else, it makes everybody come together as one and makes us really feel like home.
Elena?
So what I've learned from the seniors this year is just to always have confidence in myself. and to if I am struggling, they're always there to pick me up. And I just know that if I need anything, I can always ask them, and they'll be there to help me through the mental aspect of the game during an important game.
Awesome. Those seniors, man, they're really helping. It's going to be a big loss next year, but we still got a very young team. We got a lot of players that are capable of stepping it up, and I'm glad you guys are learning a lot from these guys, from our seniors this year on the team. So the next question I have for you guys, you're both sophomores. Elena, I'll go to you first. What would winning the state title mean to you?
Winning the state title would mean a lot to me just because it shows that all of our hard work and the extra practices, the extra hitting at night times when we're not told to, really is just going to pay off in the end because we'll be the last team standing in June. And it would just be a really good mark in history for Rockport softball.
Absolutely. Kimbo?
It'd mean a lot to me, and I think everybody else on the team because it shows everybody that we've put our blood, sweat, and tears into this sport, and all the hours of hard work and on the field have paid off, and it shows what we can do.
Well, I'll say this to you girls. You can, I mean, the team, we have the team to do it. Absolutely. The pitching's there, the hitting's there. There's no question about that. But as you girls know, in softball, one bad game, right, can go either way. So you'll have to grind some games out. But from a fan's point of view, from what I've seen, we definitely have the team to do it. And hopefully, when it's all said and done, it'll be the Rockport team that'll be standing last alone, bringing that title back home. Still got a lot of softball left to play, so we shall see what happens. The last question I have for you, ladies, would be you both play a lot of sports, but I ask this question all the time to the other girls. What hobbies, what other things do you guys like to do that does not involve sports? Elaine, I'll go to you first.
I think just hanging out with friends and family would be something because I am dedicated to sports. All I do is sports and have schoolwork, but on the weekends, I'm trying to spend time with friends or family and just get together and just relax on the weekends.
Absolutely. Family's important. Kimbo?
Um, Arts and crafts. I love to paint, and I love to like make jewelry, stuff like that, and hang out with the people that have supported me, my parents, and all my best friends.
Absolutely. Johnny, do you have anything else for the ladies?
Just bring home the state title.
Just bring it home, ladies. No pressure, man. There's no pressure. Like I told the other ladies, don't feel like you got the pressure. You girls are dominant. You really are. And the chemistry, I think, I talk about a lot of things, but it's that chemistry. It's that trust that you girls have built with each other. That knowing that the next person, whoever it is, that we need that hit or we need that strikeout or we need that catch, everybody has the confidence that that's going to happen. So if we need a hit, any one of you girls can make and get that hit. And that's what you see on the field. And that's what's needed. A lot of teams don't have that. You can have the greatest athletes, but if they don't, connect, it's really for nothing. The athleticism is important, but that chemistry is so vital to the success of a team. And you girls have it all. So before we call it a night, I told you girls that I had asked your parents to give me some info because I don't know either one of you well at all, and they were able to give me some info. I read it over the weekend or on Monday, I think, and very interesting. Some good stuff that you parents gave me the info on you girls. So I would like to read that out now to the community so that they can get to know who you ladies are. If they ever come down and see a softball game or any other event that you may play, they'll know who you girls are. So I'm going to start off with Elena. I'll go to you first. Your parents sent me this. This is what they said. Elena Garcia, She's a sophomore at Rockport-Fulton, and she's number three for the softball team. Alana started playing softball at the age of 6. She started off playing shortstop and pitcher. She was always willing to play wherever needed at any time. In 7th and 8th grade, Alana played basketball for the first time. She ran track and played on the inaugural middle school softball team as an 8th grader. Throughout her junior high career, she participated in competitive cheer, winning countless competitions and making it all the way to the biggest cheer competition at the Disney World ESPN Sports Complex in Florida for 2 years in a row. As a freshman, Alana played JV volleyball, JV basketball, and varsity softball for the short time they had due to COVID. She really began to zero in on the sport she really wanted to have a future in, which was volleyball and softball being the top two. As a sophomore, Alana played varsity volleyball going into the second round of the playoffs, losing to the eventual state runner up team. Alana is now enjoying her second year on varsity for softball and has lofty goals for the team. She did get to run for the varsity track team as well. Alana has been working extremely hard in her studies and is currently in the top 10% of her class, as well as recently being accepted into the National Honor Society. Lena, congratulations. It's a good
Thank you.
resume you got here. Yes, ma'am. Kimbo, I'll go to you next. Let me get this. Okay. So Kimberlyn is a sophomore. She's number 88. If you ever come out, if you haven't come out to watch a softball game, she's one of our pitchers, and she also plays first base. Kimberlyn's love for playing ball started at a young age, starting with t-ball at the age of 5, then moving up to softball at age 7. Living in Elgin, is that correct, Elgin? Did I say it right? Elgin?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry. Elgin, during this time, many of the varsity high school players were involved in volunteering with Little League. Stacy Johns, St. Mary's University, the varsity pitcher for EHS, was a huge inspiration for Kimberlyn, and this is where her love for pitching started. Kimberlyn was also Stacy's first pitching student. As time progressed, she played for both Elgin Little League and various select organizations in Central Texas until finding an organization where she truly felt she could grow and mature in the game. She has been playing with the Pro Form organization since 2018, originally in Central Texas, and since relocating, Kimberlyn now plays for Pro Form STX Tovar 16U in San Antonio. Throughout middle school, Kimberlyn played league and select softball, volleyball for school, as well as select volleyball. She played basketball for a season and competed in shot put and discus. While balancing her athletic goals, she has always maintained a high GPA, top 10%, and was inducted into the NJHS, is that National Junior Honor Society. Coming into high school, she made JV volleyball and varsity softball as a freshman, where she earned academic all district and was a letter winner. She wanted to compete discus for track, but that was not an option due to COVID. In October, her family relocated to Rockport, where Kimberlyn has been welcomed by the community and school like it was where she was always meant to be. Due to the moving transition, she has decided to concentrate on softball only for this school year, with hopes of either playing for with hopes of either playing or managing for volleyball next year and trying out for discus as well. With all the ups also come some downs. We struggled to find pitching and batting coaches in the area. This took a toll on both skills and resulted in a bumpy patch. Since meeting Coach Chris and starting back lessons twice a week, home practice and school practice, her skills are getting back on track. Even with major life changes like relocating, She has maintained her grades and will be inducted into the NHS National Honor Society on April 28th. Congratulations, Kimball. Both of you have a great resume, and you're only sophomores in high school. The future looks bright for Rockport, definitely with you two. And beyond that, I wish you guys many success in whatever you guys decide to do. Rockport's lucky to have both of you as athletes for us. So, ladies, your parents did a great job in sending me the info. I'm glad I do. We do this all the time on the Parts Code to let the community know because, what we usually see on the field didn't start yesterday, and I say that all the time. This is work that you guys put in from day one. You guys got a busy schedule with athletics, playing multiple sports, and then you got to keep your grades up. And how you guys do it, I have no idea, but I'm glad that you do. It takes a lot of will, and you got to get support from your family. And obviously, you both have the support from your families, which is awesome. So I just want to say thank you for spending some time with us here at the Pirates Cove. We enjoyed the interview. I enjoyed getting to know you girls. I would say the same thing that Johnny said, no pressure, but let's bring that title back home to Rockport, ladies. So, Johnny, do you have anything else to say to the ladies before I give them the last word?
I don't.
Okay, I'll give you ladies the last word. Elaine, I'll go to you first. Anything you want to say before we call it a night?
I just want to say thank you for watching, and I hope y'all enjoyed getting to know us.
Kimbo?
What she said, and thank you to the Rockport community for welcoming me and making me feel like I'm at home.
Absolutely, and we're glad that you're here. You guys are playing a big part in something that's special that's brewing here for our softball team. We'll have you guys 2 more years. That's awesome. I know we'll be losing some key players to our softball team that have been with us for 4 years, and losing seniors is always hard, but it's always the next man up. And right now, what I see from this team is a lot of talent, and we can keep it going. And I think our softball program is going to be good for years to come. So again, thank you very much. You guys have a great night. I'll be there Monday recording the game here against Sinton. I would say good luck. Let's beat those Sinton Pirates. We're the true Pirates, right? But I'll be out there. And as we do here on the Pirates Cove all the time, if you ever watched it, what do we do, Johnny?
Peace out.
Peace out. Peace out, ladies.
Out.